Welcome to the Real Family Podcast. I'm your host, Carrie. Here with me is...
Hi, this is Christie.
I'm Cobie.
And today we are going to go over the movie Six Pack.
Oh, God.
Okay,
So,
hold on. Before you even get started, I'm jumping in already.
oh, jump.
When do you think the last time you watched this movie was?
I have...
Because I spent so much time trying to figure it out.
I'm going to have to say... Because we moved to Knoxville Road when I was 11. I remember I was 11.
1987 was when we moved to Knoxville Road.
And let's see, this movie was released on July 16th, 1982 and went wide on July 23rd of 1982.
I don't think I watched it after we moved. Because I would have been 14 at that time. I'm thinking we went hard and fast when we first got it.
I think so too.
Like, watched it 2 or 3 times a week for a couple years. Oh, don't shake your head, Cobie, because we did.
We did.
I don't know how you managed that. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how you managed that.
I mean, no.
This was a repeat in our household.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. But I don't think I watched it once we moved. So I'm saying we are looking at nearly 40 years since I've seen this.
If we did watch it when we moved, it may have been once or something. Maybe if Mom was sick, when she got sick. I don't even know if that was...
See, but you were younger when we moved, so you might have kept watching it. I was a worldly 14 at that point, so I might have outgrown it.
Yeah, like I said, again, I was 11. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's been a long time.
It was a long time. Did you remember? Or do you want to wait until we get into it?
So there were some parts I didn't remember, and then there were some when it we can get into it a little bit more as we get going.
Yes, there were some where I was on it like that, and then there were others I was like, what? Oh my God, I don't even remember this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cobie, who did you watch it with?
I watched it with my mom and my stepdad. I can confirm I asked my mom if she had ever seen it.
Okay,
and
good.
She had never seen it before, never heard of it.
Oh my gosh.
I said, all I know is Kenny Rogers is in it.
Yep.
And we sat there and watched it, and her reaction after that was, why did I just watch that movie? My stepdad didn't even pay attention to it half the time. He got halfway through it and then started playing on his phone.
Oh.
See, when I do my homework, I silence the phone.
Yeah,
I put mine on silent.
Well, they didn't
put it away.
Yeah, they're not required to.
I know. I'm just saying in general.
But
in general.
So I have my own little DVD player that I could have used with my laptop, but I couldn't find it, so I had to use the family DVD player that we still have, thankfully. And I think we also have a VCR too, where you can still use that. So I had to go out and watch this in the living room, and my mom's watching it with me, and she's like, "This is a movie, I'll tell you that." Her reaction was so funny because she's like, "I can't wait to listen to this because your thoughts." She's like, "I could just see you writing in the corner over there, just." Yeah.
Okay, so first view for Cobie, obviously.
First view for my family. They had never heard of it either.
Never heard of it even.
Yeah,
well,
no.
But your mom's younger, so
yeah.
Boy.
It was like I said, on repeat in our house. Kenny Rogers was my mom's favorite singer.
True.
She loved Kenny Rogers.
And I'm gonna tell you, at the time I didn't get it. Watching this movie, I'm like, look at Kenny looks good.
Kenny does look good in this movie.
I mean,
he was a stud in it.
I was like, I'm seeing what she saw, I think. I don't know.
So that Kenny Rogers was 43 when he starred in this movie. And
Holy
he never
cow.
starred in another U.S. theatrical feature film since.
I wonder why.
He wasn't that bad. I don't think he was the worst.
No, he was not the worst. I can say he was not the worst that we've watched so far. I'm so sorry, Christy. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger was the worst. Still.
Stop dragging Commando like that.
Well, Kenny Rogers still wasn't the best.
I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, it's his first. He's not an actor.
His only movie.
He's not an actor.
Well, no. He did have a cameo in Long Shot 2001. So,
oh wow. Okay.
But yes, this is his one and only movie, and he was 43 when he started.
Wasn't it more common though for like, I guess this was before streaming and stuff. Like a lot of your, your singers would be like, we got to go and we're doing this one. Like Britney Spears did like a movie.
Oh yeah, she did.
So it was like
so did Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, so it's like a common thing for like the singers to have their music
to jump on that next role in life.
Yeah,
or try to.
We'll see, but also Justin Timberlake did it, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, yeah, but then you have Kenny Rogers, and most of the time these movies are also highlighting their music, and there was plenty of Kenny Rogers music in here as well. I think there was like one or two. But
maybe just two. A lot of the other country music was not him.
Yeah.
Bangers, though. So good.
Because I know, like, Waylon Jennings had a song in there.
Yeah, Alabama did, too.
Okay.
But, like, they're having more of their music in it than anyone else. Like,
I mean, it's a good song. It was a good Kenny Rogers ending song. You agree? It was stuck in your head, Carrie. You told me it was.
Yes. So the song that they are talking about is the theme song to this movie, Love Will Turn You Around.
Yes.
I went to bed with that damn song in my head. I woke up the next morning, that damn song was in my head. I was humming it earlier when I got here. That song, yes, I cannot shake that song. Yeah. It was a #1 country and adult contemporary hit. So, and it peaked number 13 on the pop chart, and it has been in my head since I watched this movie last Sunday. So a week. It's been in my head for a week.
that's not the best song that could get stuck in your head.
Well, that one, and also when what's his name? Was it Steven, the accountant? When he starts humming
Rocky,
yeah.
Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
I don't think we can sing that.
No.
No, I don't think we can.
Sweet home to me.
Good old Rocky Top.
Good. And that's when they're heading to Tennessee.
Yes.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Now
that when they're in the RV and he starts humming it and then they all start singing it, that I can that was one of my favorite parts as a kid of that movie. I don't know why. I'm like, I totally forgot about it. And when it came up, I was like kind of a little teary-eyed.
It wasn't my favorite part as a kid, but when it started, I was like, oh, yes. That it came back to me. But as a kid...
It just like kind of symbolized to me like how they were getting comfortable with Brewster and they're going on to their next adventure. And like they're starting to become a family.
Yes.
So I don't know. Anyway.
Yes. All right. I've already interrupted. So go ahead. Okay, Give us your spiel.
So Six Pack is an American comedy drama film. It was directed by Daniel Petre and starring Kenny Rogers, Diane Lane, Erin Gray, Anthony Michael Hall, and Barry Corbin. The film had a PG rating.
Wild thing to have, by the way.
PG.
That was not PG movie.
Because of the cussing, do you think? Or in addition, I mean, we're going to have to at some point address the minor that was completely sexualized.
Yeah. Oh, no, we will get to that.
I know. I could see you holding on to it. I knew it. And here's the deal. Watching it, I knew it was coming. And when Carrie passed off the DVD to me, I said, I'm already braced for the sexualization of a minor. I know it's coming.
40 years old.
It was terrible. It was just as bad as I remember it.
Okay. So going back to the PG rating.
But sorry, PG.
So yeah, the cussing, first off, you have children who are like 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, right? Cussing.
Yes.
And, I don't remember if Anthony Michael Hall cussed in it, but it was the other brother that
Swifty.
Yes. He was doing it.
My favorite character as a child, by the way. I love
think it was everybody's favorite.
And he was so cute. He was that naughty, troubled boy.
He's over here saying shit and all these things that are...
Kiss my ass, mister.
Yeah. You're not seeing that in PG films anymore. Granted, there wasn't PG-13 at the time.
No, there was not.
Yeah, and that wasn't developed until like the 90s and late 90s kind of thing. And the other thing is the amount of very, very close. Like, writing the line between PG and R for this time was when Brewster, Kenny Rogers, was constantly making out with a woman, and then all of a sudden you know that they just had sex, and then it's the next day and they're waking up and stuff. But I'm like, you're not seeing that in a PG movie anymore.
No.
You're not. That's PG-13. So the entire time I have, this is PG-13, question mark. This is PG-13. Again, why is this PG-13 or PG? Like, it should be PG-13. Yeah.
There was no 13.
It went from PG to R, so
you're thinking that should have been a rated R movie?
They rode the line of PG for the time.
So you're saying they barely squeezed it into PG?
They barely squeezed it. They had to barely done it, because obviously now that would be PG-13, but that is...
Yes.
There were a lot of close things where I was like, they are really riding that PG
this is a
line.
family movie.
It was our family movie. I mean, she's not lying. That was considered a family movie.
We watched this as a family numerous times.
And every time that kid cussed, we laughed and laughed.
Because it was funny.
Oh my God. My mom would not have put that kind of movie on if I was, I don't know, like, how old were you guys when you first watched it? Probably like 5, 6?
Let's say.
No, I was older than that.
It went out in 82. I would say maybe 83-ish.
So I would have been 10 as the oldest.
Oh, yeah. My mom would have not.
Your father would have been 5.
And I would have been 7.
My dad would have watched it.
Oh, he loved it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I would have watched it with him, but my mom, no. She would be like, this is a little too much.
Oh, yeah, no, 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we watched this as a family.
That's crazy. Oh, can I also point out that this is not available on any streaming service?
It is not.
Buy the DVD.
So that is in my notes. So yes, I actually had to purchase the DVD from Amazon for $15, and also there were no subtitles available. It is so old. The subtitles were not available.
That was hard for me because
it was very hard for me too.
The audio was not the best either.
Exactly.
No, I had it cranked up so loud, and still then I was I'm not sure what that was just said.
Yeah.
So, back to Six Pack. Let's see. It proved to be a moderate hit at the box office and grossed over $20 million during its theatrical run. In 1983, there was a spin-off television series pilot of the same name, which featured Don Johnson as Brewster Baker and Marky Post as Sally Ledbetter. The show also featured Joaquin Phoenix, billed as Lee Phoenix, in his second role.
Oh my God, I would give anything to watch that.
I know, and I wanted to do a little bit more of a dive into that, but I just lost. I haven't yet. So I don't remember a spinoff.
No, I don't remember that at all.
It did not get greenlit at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have just been a pilot that didn't get picked up.
No,
maybe. I don't know.
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah, so there's something for you. So,
my gosh.
Six Pack.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, that's...
That's the biggest name to come out of there.
I know.
We'll start with the cast. Okay, so we got Kenny Rogers as Brewster Baker. Again, he was 43 when he started in this movie. Burt Reynolds turned down the lead role of Brewster Baker. However, he briefly appears on screen as the man in Lila's bar, but his name is not included in the cast credits.
Okay. I do want to interject at this point that Burt Reynolds did have his own racing car movie that came out later. Carrie, you know what this is.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Smokey and the... But that, not like stock car racing.
Oh.
Stroker Ace.
Oh, yeah. Stroker Ace.
Stroker Ace. That's a good one.
Never heard of it.
You would hate that one real bad, Cobie.
God, I forgot about Stroker Ace.
That was what I was thinking, was that... I mean, Smokey and the Bandit's good.
Yeah.
Stroker Ace, man, that's a good bad movie.
Well, there was one point my mom and I were like, this is something that you see in like Smokey and the Bandit and Dukes of Hazzard was the cops and them being the stereotypical like big hat and the big ring of
oh my God, I marked the big key ring.
The big key ring.
It was so Hollywood. I just put big key ring. So Hollywood.
It was just very stereotypical. They very much leaned into that in order to appeal to an audience, and that audience was not me.
That audience was us.
I know.
So I did not realize that Burt Reynolds was on screen, so I might have to like put the DVD back in and just go to that part to see if I can see Burt Reynolds. Next we have Erin Gray as Lila. IMDb gives her 77 actor credits. She's been in a lot of TV shows, movies.
Silver Spoons was what I remembered.
Silver Spoons was one of them. Yep. Then we have Barry Corbin as the sheriff, Big John, the corrupt sheriff, I should say. IMDb has him credited for 231 roles, including Tulsa King, which I've never seen. The Ranch, Dale Rivers. I didn't really watch that.
Isn't The Ranch the one with Ashton Kutcher?
I believe so, yeah. That's why I brought it up.
I think I've watched like an episode of Tulsa King and an episode of The Ranch.
Yeah.
See,
and then I remember him from War Games.
Oh, I remember him from Northern Exposure.
That was one of them too. Yeah. And then we go to Terry Kaiser, who plays Turk Logan, with 176 credits. Okay, so his character comes on screen. I remember him, and then I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And then he talks, and I'm like, who is that guy? And I'm like, okay, just shake it off and keep going. Yeah. Bernie Lomax from Weekend at Bernie's.
Is he seriously?
Yes.
Oh my God,
yes.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's such a good movie.
So I give the DVD to Christie and she flips it over and reads the back of it and it has it on the back. See, I didn't spoil. When I looked at the DVD, I'm like, oh my gosh, we'll get to this one next. Diane Lane? What?
Yes.
So if you flip it over, it lists Terry Kaiser on there, and then it says Weekend at Bernie's. And then, so you saw that, and you must...
I saw Terry Kaiser and immediately knew
you knew who he was right away.
Yes.
See me, I'm like, what? Yeah. He's Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. That's crazy. From there, we go to Diane Lane, who plays Heather, or Breezy. She was 17 years old when she appeared in this movie. Now, I remember, I was shocked when I got the DVD, and I'm like, what? Diane Lane.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Growing up as a kid, I always loved the character Breezy.
Everybody
was
we all
cute.
wanted to be Breezy.
We all wanted to. She was taking care of the family. She was taking care of her brother. I mean... we all want, and then to come to find out it was Diane Lane. I was just mind blown.
Did not know that.
I'm looking up all their credits too. Sorry, I'm like,
no, you're fine.
Because I didn't see, I knew Diane Lane's name, but I didn't know what she was in, and she was in Man of Steel. And Under the Tuscan Sun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the only
Unfaithful.
Yep. And then we go to Tob Abernathy as Lewis. He was the muscles in the crew. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh my gosh, there we go. When he goes, that ain't no lie. That was his line.
Okay. When we exchanged the DVD and you said it, I was like, I don't remember what she's talking about at all. And then the first time he said it, I was like, oh yes. Now I got it.
Was this the one kid that had 5 lines in the movie and then was
this was the big kid who was in charge of heavy
with
lifting.
overalls, and he's the one. We'll get to this one later. That ordered the banana split.
Yes.
Okay.
But he had 5 lines in the. He did not have a lot.
And one line he repeated.
4 of them were that ain't a lie.
Yeah. And the other one, there was another kid in there who was just quiet the entire time. I'm like, this kid barely got paid anything.
Yes. Yeah. So Tom, he's been credited for 2 acting roles and a writer for 11 different projects. So, and then we go to Robbie Fleming as Little Harry.
He was
Little
the cutest.
Harry was always just the cutest, and that little lisp that he had when he talked, and
he was just too clingy. That was just me though. He's 10 years old in the film. His character's his character's 8 years old.
I want to say
7 or 8.
7 or 8, yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know. Some of the things they were doing, I'm like, a 7 and 8-year-old should not be doing this.
No.
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 They had no parents.
We'll get into that later.
You're going to get into them not having parents?
No, the fact that their parents got into a car accident, died. No one took them. Government didn't take them. CPS. And of course the cops are corrupt, and we know that, obviously, but there's a point where 2 of these people died, and these kids, the government's going to have to come after them.
This is Texas, 1982.
No. Still, CPS.
They're busy.
Apparently, goddamn. How could they be busy when there's 5 or 6 kids 6 kids, because that's 6-pack. I forget the one kid who just doesn't talk.
Yes.
Basically 5 kids and another one's just hanging around.
So it's a 5-pack and an empty bottle.
Exactly. But I don't know, no one thought to grab those kids at all. Like, not even outside of the cops. Government wasn't like, there's these 6 kids that are living on their own. Their parents died in a car accident.
Like, when this movie came out, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, if something should happen to mom and dad, we would be on our own. Like, I thought we would be a 3-pack or something. Like,
oh, good Lord.
I mean, again, 7 years, I don't know.
Well, now you know, obviously.
Well, now we know,
CPS
but...
is going to come grab
Right,
you.
there was no story. If that's... The movie's not happening if CPS comes in and picks them up.
realistic.
Didn't the sheriff kind of take responsibility for him anyway?
He called them his charges.
Yes.
Which kind of means he's overseeing them.
He's overseeing them. Yeah. And then he put them on his payroll, and when they steal the parts, they give him the money. It was corrupt. So I would assume it was the deal that they made with the sheriff. Like, hey, you don't have any parents. Yeah, well, guess what? I'll look after you, quote unquote. You steal stuff and then give me the money.
Man, those sheriffs didn't do shit. Breezy did everything. She really is a good character. She's probably the best character in this film, I have to say.
Again, everybody wanted to be Breezy.
That is true. Which I'm going to say Breezy is at least a more developed character than Erin Gray's character.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Like... I don't really...
Like Lila?
Yes. She was just there.
She was just there, and it's like...
Yeah,
at the one
not
point...
even an interesting one, really.
No, their love story was terrible, by the way.
Oh, it was horrible.
Absolutely horrible.
Because every bar he walked into, another girl was sticking her tongue down his throat.
Hold on, let me mark that off my list.
Yeah, and she walks in and is like, oh, are you going to continue? As he's staring her down, making out with another woman. And she doesn't care.
It's like he had a different lady in every bar he went to.
Right there. And he has a woman in every bar. I'm going to mark that off my thing to talk about.
But, I mean, Brewster was a stud, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, their relationship was weird, and we'll talk about that. I have another sidebar on that later on.
Okay.
So we went Little Harry. That was his one and only credit. So... Then we go to Anthony Michael Hall as Doc. He was 14 years old, and this was his film debut.
What a film debut.
Okay,
so
how dare you? Don't disrespect Anthony Michael Hall.
I'm not disrespecting Anthony Michael Hall. I love him. So we're watching the film, and my mom is watching it and goes, oh my God, that's Anthony Michael Hall. And I'm like, who's Anthony Michael Hall? She goes, oh my God, 16 Candles. And then he came on screen. I saw his face, and I was like, oh, okay, I see it, Breakfast Club, and I was like, oh my God, it is him. And that you say that's his debut, that
was, and then I think
16
movies. Candles was his second one. I'm not 100. I was kind of reading a little bit, but I know he was 15 when he was in 16 Candles. So I'm going to assume that was his next one. So
but then he was like, what, 17 or 18 in Breakfast Club?
I would probably around there.
It wasn't that long after he was in another movie.
Yeah.
Well developed. Well, really good movie. Great movie. I'm going to have to go home and watch that. That's such a good movie to watch.
You're going to cleanse your palate of this movie
Candles?
with...
No, Breakfast Club.
Oh, Breakfast Club. And then we go to Robbie Still as Swifty. He was the foul mouth. And he starred in one other movie called I'll Fly Away in 1991. From there we go to Benji Wilhoit. He was Steven, the accountant, probably the kid that never said anything. He was the one with the black hair. He actually had 19 credits. Sleepaway Camp 2 was his most popular one, if that says anything.
No, it doesn't, because I don't even know about Sleepaway Camp 1.
And then when I gave you the DVD, I made note of the race narrator, the guy who was announcing the race at the end.
Yeah.
Did you see that at all? Did you know that it was Chuck Woolery?
No, I did not.
At the very last race, I made a note. I'm like, who is that announcer? And yes, that's who it was.
I mean, I knew that they had some other legitimate raceway people who would do like the NASCAR stock racing, and then they would mention other racers in passing. You didn't see them on screen.
Right.
Like they said, Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt,
you know, and I don't remember who they might have said. Dale Jarrett or something.
They said a couple other ones.
Yeah, they would name.
The only one I knew was Dale Earnhardt.
Okay. Yeah, they would name other race car drivers who were popular at that time, but they weren't on screen, so it was more implied that they were there.
NASCAR. This was stock racing. It's a whole different kind of racing too. So,
well, the last race he was at was the NASCAR.
Was a NASCAR. Yes. Yeah. All right, so we'll get to the plot of the movie. So when race car driver, there is a plot.
It's a wild plot.
It's a good plot.
When race car driver Brewster Baker stops at a gas station in small town Texas town, when he gets there, he pulls up and he yells inside, "Pops, $10 of regular gas," and heads for the restroom. Okay, the guy was an old man. He didn't even move. He was asleep.
He might have been dead.
He could have been dead.
I said LMAO, the acting already, because he goes, "Pops, 10 in the tank," or whatever it was, and then this guy goes,
yeah,
he immediately starts snoring. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Oh, before that, can I say that was 5 minutes of an intro of straight driving so that Kenny Rogers' song can play in the background?
You can say that.
Yeah, because
it was a lot of driving, yes.
And it was back and forth from the same, like, 4 shots. Was like, we're going to go to this town, do, like, an aerial shot, and then we're going to go back over to Kenny Rogers, and then we're going to go back over. And it's all while the song is playing, which I understand, but it was so long of this driving.
Okay, so you feel that was to highlight the song, and because I think back in the day, there used to be opening credits that would take that long, and you sat there while waiting for the show to start.
It seems like back in those days, it was a song, a theme song, and the opening credits, and just
you had to wait.
Well, that's what it was.
Now we don't even have opening credits anymore,
exactly.
Which is
so I think it might have just been
different.
I think it might just been unusual to you because you were not familiar with.
I mean, like, I understand the opening credits and stuff. It's because there's other movies from the 80s that did that too, and
yes.
But I think 5 minutes of opening credits, like, I understand your director, your main actors. That's one thing. And then you start going into, like, your assistants and all these random other people. I'm like, I understand the credits and stuff. Obviously, I'm one that will sit there and watch the credits and be like, oh my God, like, here's the sound team. But I shouldn't have to watch the sound team in the first 5 minutes because the sound team's like 100 people. And we're still going. Like,
enjoy the song. Just listen.
No.
Soak up the vibes of Kenny.
That's why that song was it's still stuck in my head a week later.
I feel like Cobie's made me think I'm duped. I'm just sitting there watching it so that I can listen to the song.
That's exactly
I'm
what
going to take it as like, okay, I forgot a napkin with my popcorn, so I got 5 minutes of opening credits to get my stuff together while this is going on.
No. Be prepared before that.
I read it as, look at this man's lonely life, just driving from town to town all by himself. It's just so monotonous and lonely.
It seems so calming. No. You're driving through a town. You go when you sleep, and you're going town to town. This is the life he chose, by the way. I'm sure he was enjoying himself before these kids came into his life.
Well, yeah, he had a chick at every bar he went to.
Exactly. He's all around in this one part of Texas, which it was like Brazelton, Texas, which apparently is like the middle of nowhere, Texas. Obviously, there's not much in Texas besides your 3 cities, but you go to every single bar in this like one area every time, and these people just remember you, or they haven't quit their job. Like,
it's all the racing team. They're going from circuit to circuit. They're going,
but it's the bartenders that are still there that are like, I'm like, girl, move on, get another job.
Like, bartender. What is she supposed to do? You've already said there's nothing happening in the middle of Texas except that bar.
Okay, 1982. There wasn't really a lot to.
She's not working from home.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the 80s. She can buy a house for. Hold on, which we'll get.
Oh, I got it marked.
You can get a 5-bedroom house apparently for $68,000, which sounds so nice. You can move so easily. You can get a new job so easily.
Okay, but her minimum wage is like $2.85.
Well, not my problem. Get a new job.
Well,
there's the pull them up by the bootstraps people that we're looking for right there.
Get a new job.
So
get a $5 paycheck.
Okay.
So when he asked Pops for $10 of regular gas and heads to the restaurant. Now, back in 1982, the average price of gas was $1.22. So $10 would have gotten Brewster 8.2 gallons of gas for that RV.
That sounds like the amount of money I'm about to spend here in Iowa. Because it's like $2.50 right now for gas.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice, because the last time I filled up my tank was like $25.
But I don't think, an RV, doesn't it
But that was regular. So how much is regular gas? Because he put $10 of regular. Regular gas is higher than like the 88 and whatever. It's a little bit higher. So it might...
Like $2.59?
It might,
like
yeah. So
barely.
It's a little bit higher. Well, so then he gets locked in the bathroom and all of his parts are stolen from his number 49 race car, a 1970 Chevrolet Camaro.
And also had to wipe his hands on his denim jeans. I had to write that down, where he didn't have any paper towels. And
well, at least he washed his hands.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
He should have washed it after he had to climb out the window, too, because that was the nastiest bathroom I've ever seen. And I've been into some nasty bathrooms.
He climbed out the window in his car and everything was stolen.
Oh God, it was so gross.
So from there he goes to a local diner and he sees people stealing parts from another car and he starts to give chase. However, before that, we're going to talk about the waitress in the diner.
Okay, thank you.
Thank God.
Okay. So she walks up and she has a belt on with an actual radio.
The belt radio.
That, I remember, when she came, I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Oh. And what?
I'm like, I have no recollection of this radio belt whatsoever.
Oh, I remembered it because I always thought that was the coolest thing ever.
It is the coolest thing. That's why I'm like, how did I not remember this radio belt?
Yeah, and she was able to change it to another station for him and everything.
Oh, and it looked so cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was the best, like one of the best things in this film was the belt radio. Bring back the belt radio.
So we're 7 minutes in and you've seen the highlight.
Yeah. Bring back the belt radio, please.
Well, I try to find like if something like that exists or anything. I could not. I mean, there was belt buckles with radio, like not an actual working radio.
Oh.
So. Yeah.
So what do we think? Do we think that was just like a fake radio and they faked it?
Was it a real thing back then? Was it a Texas thing? I don't know.
Was it a Texas thing?
There's one you can get for $80 right now. It has a Bluetooth speaker and it's a belt buckle.
But this one, she like dialed it.
She was dialing
she picked up
was there an antenna? Where did that antenna go?
Again, I don't know.
I have no recollection of that.
Don't.
No.
Oh gosh, I remembered it right. I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot this part that she has.
No.
Because I always thought that was the coolest thing ever.
I was
to go outside and have a radio on your belt buckle? Like,
what was it plugged into? Did it have batteries?
It had to do batteries. Yeah. I would assume.
So she have like a battery pack on her back.
There's no antenna on it either.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't. Again, so many questions.
I so want to see if I can find one of these.
So he starts to give chase, and can we talk about the chase music?
Oh my God, what was it? I don't even remember.
It was just like some crazy country road chase, like over and over and over again.
It went on a while.
It was Smokey and the Bandit. Like,
it was a long
song.
chase.
Yeah.
Yes. And then so the thieves' van it goes into the river, and that's because when the chase was going on, I'm like, I don't remember how he catches them. Like, how do they? And then
I didn't remember either.
And then when it went in the river, I'm like, oh, here we go. And then they come out and they're swimming, and he's like, well, those are just kids. And then that's when he goes down there, and little Harry's on top of the truck that's sinking.
During the scene too, there is a point where they go and they are driving through a farm, and there's actual live chickens getting hit.
Yes.
In the scene. I was so concerned. I'm like, oh my God, animals were harmed in this filmmaking.
PETA would not have that these days.
No, you would not. You would have CGI chickens. You would have
CGI chickens.
You would. They are so harsh on that stuff. But
I did see that chicken stuck under the
they
truck.
did.
I did see it.
Oh yeah, no, it got hit, and that was a real chicken. This is not CGI chickens.
I mean, no.
But it's at this point when they're in the river that us as an audience, if you've never seen it before, realize those are just kids in that car, you know? So
I was dying laughing at him going and diving into the river, and he just flops into he doesn't even dive because when you look at it, that Kenny Rogers could stand up and just walk his way through there. But he flops in it so hard, belly flops, and goes and tries to swim. Oh,
I think the whole thing was set up to give the impression that it was a deep river, even when it was not, because the kids were swimming out, and it's like, just stand up. Just stand up, my man.
You can see the ground.
Yes, it's right there at your knees. Just stand right up. But they didn't do it, so I think the whole thing was like, oh, look how deep and dangerous this is. It was not.
Oh, the other thing, because I also have Anthony Michael Hall in here, he was also in Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah.
So it could have, I think between that and, what was it?
16 Candles.
16 Candles was his other film.
Okay.
Because I did put down Vacation as well.
Yeah, he was young in that one, too.
Oh, yeah. I also have, this is PG, because the kid just said shit. And then back here was, yo, this is PG. This waitress just made some wild comments.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. So the van goes in the river. Brewster rescues them and discovers that they're orphaned children, and these kids are stealing for Big John, the corrupt sheriff, who eventually throws Brewster in jail. And that's when the kids go and they break Brewster out of jail.
With the big key ring.
With the big key ring.
So Hollywood.
They also, I know you guys probably didn't see it, there were multiple times these kids were just staring at the camera. And they just kept like they're having a discussion, and then they look over, stare at the camera, and then go back to their discussion. It was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, these kids, has to be their first acting job, because they have no idea what they're doing because they keep looking right now.
I did not catch that.
I did not catch that.
It kept, like, freaking me out. I'm like, why do they keep staring at the camera?
Don't look at the kids. Look at Kenny.
No, the kids were the only thing on screen, because this is when they were doing their discussion of like, oh, our parents died. We live here. Oh, no, it wasn't our parents died. It was our parents are away right now. Or
when they're back at the cabin or wherever they live.
Yeah.
I do not remember them being back at that cabin. Do you remember that cabin? I was like, they went back to where those kids lived? I didn't remember that.
I remembered that.
Okay.
I did remember that. Okay, so
It's
again...
been a long time, so I did not.
So the kids help break Brewster out of jail, and then he takes the children with him. And then the sheriff and Otis, his partner, give chase, and they loosen a few bolts on the car, and the whole car just
falls apart.
And it was like a time thing too. Like,
yes.
how did they time that perfect to where everything just fell apart? Like, how long did that take the kids to do?
My comment was, this 5-year-old was that good of an engineer that he just did that is the craziest. Like,
the kid's only in charge of counting. That young kid.
The young kid, yes.
Oh, yeah,
it was all Doc.
yeah. He's still, like, what, at that point, 12 years old.
14.
Yeah. Doing that.
That was the...
Get him in college.
That's the funniest part of the whole show. Was the whole car falls apart as they're chasing him? That's the best part.
I even said, I think this might be the worst movie we've seen. It beat Commando. Just because of that. Just because of that. There are other reasons.
Because of the car chase and it all fell apart.
Oh, well, we'll get into the other issues, too, that this movie has. I will say, though, they had really good music in this, so that could actually make it better than Commando.
Okay, I'll take it.
Because they started playing...
I can't have the worst one.
They started playing mountain music, and I was just vibing. It was so good.
I'm going to tell you, she can call Commando bad as much as she wants. I know she's wrong.
You can say I'm wrong. It's not a good movie, though.
I mean, I know it's a great movie. I know if it came on right now, I'd sit down and watch it.
Well, that's you. It ain't me.
Okay, so then Brewster takes the kids and they end up in Shreveport, Louisiana. While there, he's in the bar and he runs into Lila, which, again, we're not sure if that's his girlfriend. Again, at this point, it's just a chick at the bar.
Apparently been years.
Yeah.
He hasn't called or stopped in or talked to her in years.
He also said at one point in the movie that he hadn't been driving for 2 years. So
because there was an accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he had to have not been there, I'm guessing, like 3 or 4 years because there's an accident and then he finally started getting back into driving. So this woman's waiting for him.
And she takes him back to a hotel.
What the fuck?
Okay, hold on, because the kiss up against the wall, that one I remembered.
Yeah.
When they were kissing, I was like, he grabs her belt. I remember that belt grab.
Oh, yeah. He grabbed, yep. I do remember that.
I did too.
And that's where it started to get a little PG, like past PG. We're getting slowly closer to R at that point.
Okay, but hold on for a second. Before we get to Lila, he was just dropping these 6 kids off in Shreveport with a, have a good trip, guys.
See you later.
Good luck to you.
They're not his kids. Drop them off at the government.
Okay, but this is what we're saying. These kids are unsupervised.
He just dropped them off. Yeah, they're not his problem.
They're not his problem.
Oh, no. I mean, are they his problem? No. Does it make him a bad guy to just drop them off?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying it was a great idea.
He could probably get arrested for kidnapping across state lines because they went from Texas to Louisiana.
Well, kidnapping...
that's a felony right there.
I mean, that'd be against their will.
Well, it's still...
Their word against his.
Yes, they could say it.
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't.
Not only that, it would probably still be considered kidnapping because he was not a parent or guardian taking him across state lines.
They have no parent or guardian.
Big John.
Apparently the sheriff is the parent and guardian at this point.
And he don't have a car because they just destroyed it.
Okay.
So, yes, they did. So, yeah.
Can we talk about how many buttons he has undone when he walks into this bar to see Lila?
No, I didn't notice.
I did not notice.
So much chest hair.
It was just all the way down.
It was more than was necessary, is all I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
So many buttons undone.
I want to know, did anybody notice in the hotel room? Because I'm assuming it was a hotel room because it was right there on property.
Okay, no,
This is where I was confused.
I think she lives there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she lives on the property.
Okay, well, she has an obsession with cactus or cacti or however you want to pronounce it. Did you notice all the cactus?
No.
In the, oh my goodness.
I mean, I think it's
photos
between
that were...
photos like
wallpaper.
figurines and actual plants. Like, I'm like, what is
I think
this?
there was wallpaper of like cactus, like
I think
small
so
cactus
too. I
with
was
flowers.
just like, I'm like, what?
Oh, they
and
played
I'm like,
into
is this
the-
her?
I was like,
part?
Yeah, I think it's just Texas decor. They went to the
They
set
played into
decorator and were like, give us an apartment in Texas,
Well,
and they're
throw
like,
some
on
horses
it.
or something in there.
Yeah,
or,
no,
I mean, it was just all cacti.
maybe even like a tumbleweed or something. No.
It was.
Oh, here you go.
And then when she
She loves prickly things. That's what this is all about.
Oh my god.
So she's a bartender who lives pretty much on site.
Yes.
Wow, good for her.
Good for her.
I mean, it cuts down on her commute.
That rent is cheap, probably too.
And then when Brewster gets up to leave, and she's Brewster,
Oh
like
my
she's like
God.
waking up, and she's in. It was just crazy, But yes, the cacti in the room.
I missed it.
Oh, that one was...
If I ever see it again, I'll notice that.
So what woke them up was they came banging on the door because all the other race car drivers that were at the bar, their parts were stolen off their car.
That one was like one of the better scenes that was in this film.
So you enjoyed that?
Yeah, because I was like rooting for those kids to get this money so that they can go wherever they want to at this point.
So you thought they were stealing all the things to sell them
and to get money to leave.
Okay.
No,
you didn't realize what they were actually doing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So Brewster goes to the RV, opens up the door. There's all the parts that they had stolen from his car.
Oh yeah.
They stole them from all of his friends
to give it back to him. Yeah.
And then
they should have just taken the money and fucking fled.
He gets mad and he's going to sell the parts because he doesn't want to take his friend's parts. So he's going to go sell them, get the money, and give it back to his friends. Well, when he does that, they just steal the car and the RV and everything and then go put the parts on at the racetrack. And then he finds them at the racetrack and...
Okay, but Brewster thought ahead and he's like, I'm going to take this part out of my truck.
Oh, yeah.
So that you can't steal my truck.
Oh, yeah.
And then... I don't know, Breezy put a leg out on the highway or something and got a truck to stop.
And then was putting everything out there.
And so
we don't know if that's actually what happened.
We don't, but I mean, that's kind of, that's kind of their MO.
Because this couldn't be the first time she has done something like that before.
No. I mean.
No.
I mean, but she used the resources she had to do what she needed to do.
Can we go back real quick to the race car driving? Because did you guys see the Baskin-Robbins van that they had?
Where they stopped and got the ice cream out?
Yeah, that was a Baskin-Robbins.
Yeah, we're going to go there in a minute. Okay. That's coming up. So he goes to the racetrack. The car's there. It's running. He takes it out. He's able to come in fourth in the Dixie 100. And he uses his winnings to pay the drivers. And then after the race, he buys kids ice cream before sending them on their way.
At the Baskin-Robbins, van, truck, whatever it is.
Trailer, yes. So 1 banana split and 7 chocolate chip cones cost Brewster $7.80.
I noticed. But I'm also like, don't give me chocolate chip. Let me figure out what I want to have, man.
He ordered 4 of them, man.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, they were sad anyway because he was leaving. So today, the average price of a banana split will run you anywhere between $8 and $15.
Whoa!
Baskin-Robbins?
Yeah, I didn't do Baskin-Robbins. I just said in general.
Baskin-Robbins has.
And a single chocolate chip cone will cost you between $3.50 and $7. So, again, prices. But here's where I'm at. So he buys them all ice cream. He's sending them on their way. And Lila's okay with this?
Agreed.
She is probably the most oblivious character.
Lila has... I love Erin Gray. She has no personality in this movie.
No, she
has nothing. We have no backstory. We have no motivation. Why is she with this man? Why does she help this man? She's given nothing. I mean, and when I say giving, I don't mean she's giving nothing. I mean, she was given nothing to work with.
Yeah. Again, I was just like, why isn't she stepping up for these kids? And
she did, because she took those kids when he took off.
Yeah.
But I mean, right then and there, I'd be like, well, this man is father material. Hell no. He's not a good guy.
So from there, we go to the next racetrack, and that's in Mississippi.
Okay, hold on real quick. A Baskin-Robbins banana split, it's depending on where you are located, but the average is $13 for a banana split at Baskin-Robbins.
What? I have never in my life had a banana split.
I will never have a banana split. No.
I'm good. I don't like bananas.
I don't.
I'm more concerned about Baskin-Robbins having $13 ice cream when they're not even good ice cream.
I mean, Baskin-Robbins,
Meh.
meh.
We don't have one around here, but we
No.
also have Whitey's. So much better. I said Whitey's is so much better.
Well, and I'm just thinking, I'm sure a banana split from Whitey's is probably...
Oh my God, it's expensive.
Again.
It's $15 probably.
So he got a banana split and 7 chocolate cones for $7.80. And then he told them to keep the change. He was even tipping. I like that.
I don't even
What,
tip.
$7 and how much?
80 cents is what.
So what did he give him $8 and told him to keep 20 cents?
See, in my head, I went right to 10. So.
Oh hell, he's not tipping them.
No, $3?
Are you kidding?
Or even $2 and...
No, he tipped him 20 cents. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, see, my head went right to
Your
10.
Your head's in 2026.
That's
you better
true.
put that head back in 1982.
So they got a 20-cent tip.
Okay, this is when we... Isn't this when we start getting to the weird scene here?
Yes, when we're in Mississippi now, and this is where Turk comes in play. And Turk is Brewster's ex-mechanic who
is now racing against him.
Who is now racing against him and is there with his car. And this is where Breezy comes in.
Okay, first, before we get anywhere into the weird scene, she says her name is Bobby E. Lee and she's named after the general.
Yes.
That one was the craziest thing ever, because then we also are seeing like a bunch of Confederate flags on these cars. Granted, 2026.
I'm so sorry. No, that didn't even occur to me that you would have that reaction. I mean, sorry.
I know this is the 80s, different thing, but a lot more people are educated on the Confederacy and how bad it is. However, we're not concerned about these men just having Confederate flags on their cars instead of the U.S. flag.
No.
Oh my God.
1982? Are you
not in the
kidding?
80s in the southern, in the South States.
And she says, my name's Bobby E. Lee, named after the general. Oh my God.
You know what that is?
Robert E. Lee, yeah.
No. The General Lee. I took it as General Lee.
From Dukes of Hazzard.
From Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, no, I was saying Bobby E. Lee because Robert E. Lee
so
is
you were thinking,
Confederate general.
Okay, I was going
with Dukes of Hazzard.
No, I'm thinking the Confederate general.
I mean, honestly, you're probably right.
You are probably right.
Man,
my 80s brain, I'm going General Lee.
I'm going, Dukes of Hazzards.
Oh, no, I'm 2026. I'm thinking of the fucking Confederacy going on over here. Oh, my God, like...
I'm so glad we're doing this.
Isn't it the best?
It is.
God. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I wasn't here in the 80s. I have no thought in like that aspect, but here in 2026, even 2010s, you can't be doing that. You can't be saying, my name's Bobby E. Lee, named after the general.
Even rewatching it, I'm like, Dukes of Hazzard.
Same.
Nope. I'm like, oh my God, that's the Confederate general. And we're in Mississippi, so it makes sense that she would.
It does. And you and I probably thought that because when we first saw it, we were children. The General Lee was all we knew.
And we 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, now looking back on it, you're like, oh.
Yep, you're right.
Of course, now 49 years old, I'm still going Dukes.
Because that's what I thought too.
I mean, that's where my brain's wired at, you know.
No.
Nope, you're right.
See,
You're right, Cobie. Thank you for educating us on that racism.
Yeah, on the subtle racism that was happening in this movie.
I'm not so subtle, but okay.
Well, it was subtle in the 80s. It's not so subtle now.
Yep.
Okay. Moving along. So, there's issues with Brewster's car, and in order to fix that, they decide to steal parts from Turk's car. And to do that, they are using Breezy or Heather.
She's distracting him.
To distract him.
But things got a little away from her.
How hot did she look, by the way? She looked
good.
Really good.
I mean,
that sweater and those jeans.
And this man was like, she's a runaway kid, saying she's 18, seducing me in here. Okay, first off,
hit me with it.
If you are falling for this girl is 18 years old and she is seducing me and she just needs to, is here and is a runaway, how are you not thinking, this girl has to be younger than what she says because she doesn't look 18 at all?
He's not thinking.
He's a man.
I
mean, it's a man who's thinking.
There's a girl that looks
good.
A very attractive looking girl.
Yes.
He's young, granted. He's old, way
She
older
is
than
young, but she's old enough when she says she's
claiming.
18. She's claiming to be old enough. Yes.
I wouldn't. Granted, also, 2026. When someone is like, oh, I'm 18 and they're acting like this, you're like, okay, you don't. Like, I watched this show where they like pretend to be underage kids and they go and catch the pedophiles, very like Chris Hansen vibes.
To catch predator.
Yeah. But they do this other thing where it's on HBO Max. It's really good. And my thing is when you are that kind of person, I guess, a pedophile, you are immediately like, oh, that person's younger than what they say they are. They say they're 14, they're probably 12. So that's just in my head, though, going into this, where I'm like, this man doesn't have any sense of this girl looks younger.
Okay. I'm going to blow your mind right here. He doesn't care.
Oh, I know. He doesn't care. I would be like, you should care.
Yes. Should he care? Of course he should care. Did he care? Absolutely
he was
not.
thinking with his penis.
Absolutely.
And that's 1982 and 2026.
I mean, and this was...
that doesn't change.
I mean, honestly...
It doesn't change.
I mean, and at that point, it wouldn't have been his fault anyway. It would have been her fault for how she looked and how she talked, and she shouldn't have put herself in that position.
And she did lie.
Wrong. Pedophile. Nasty. Hate it.
Well, my notes just say, yikes. So cringy.
So cringy.
Okay.
She's a child seducing a 40-year-old, and he's going for it. And then I said, again, this girl is 16. OMFG. Like...
Yes.
But there was a mirror above the bed.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that. Oh my God, that makes it even worse. Because there's the point where they're just sitting there and he gives her drinks and stuff and she's still trying to like distract him and she goes and looks at the bed and he goes, oh, you want to go in the bedroom?
Well, she walks up there, she's like, a mirror above the bed.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention.
Yes.
She was so nasty.
And then Cobie was frantically writing notes at that point.
I was like, oh my God,
she turns around, she's like, and then that's when she pushes him down the steps or whatever. There must have been like 2 steps in that RV.
Oh my God, that would not.
And that's how she gets out.
That would not fly in 2026. I promise you, if you had a film, even contextually, if like that worked in this kind of sense, still would not work like it. You would think it would work with this film in the 80s. Like you guys probably didn't even like. You guys were like, oh, that's creepy. That's weird.
I don't even know that we thought it was creepy and weird.
No. Yeah. And
I was like, a mirror above the bed, cool. Well,
I mean, I got that, but it was more like, oh, she's just doing what she can to help.
Oh no, that's
to help Brewster, to help the brothers steal,
to distract him, so they can
doing
steal.
What she's playing her part.
I think it's even creepier that the writers wrote this out, allowed this to happen. Oh my God! And of course, the writers are probably men too, because. Why wouldn't they in the 80s? Oh my God. It's just so nasty to me. I'm so like this scene was probably the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen.
I'm going to tell you, I knew it was there. I knew it was coming and I was braced for it.
Oh, and I did.
And it was worse than I remembered.
Well, I'm going into this blind.
And for it to be Bernie. From Weekend at Bernie's.
Exactly. And he's okay, granted, his acting in that is not much. Because he's dead.
Oh, I think he did a great job playing dead.
You know how easy it is to go and just be like this? Like,
no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
No.
And then having people go and just act for you, so easy. I'm sure it's the easiest thing ever. But yeah,
well, hold on.
That would not fly though in 2020s. Even in a film like this, it's too weird, too creepy. People would be very concerned and a lot of companies would be like, can we rewrite this or like
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there'd be a whole thing on BuzzFeed about it, about how it was the worst thing ever.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, it happened. It was there.
Yeah, so
watched it as a young child.
Yeah, and I'm going in. You guys all, like both of you, watched this.
Yes.
I've watched it before continuously,
Yes.
like you said. I'm going into this blind, so I had no idea this creepy ass scene was happening, and it was not a fun experience either in the state I was in.
So, you didn't enjoy that part, is what you're saying.
God, no, I think that is the main reason why if Commando was not good, granted, I think the only thing holding this film together is the music from keeping it, from bringing it down below Commando. But if the music wasn't in it and I got to the scene, I'd be like, this is worse than Commando. But it's not. The music is really good in it. They did have some bangers of songs, just one after another. Also, while they're at this hotel too, did you guys see that they had waterbed rooms available?
Okay, we had waterbeds growing up.
Waterbeds.
I know you guys had waterbeds. I remember one of my mom and dad's friends had a waterbed too.
Oh, I miss my waterbed.
Watching this movie and seeing that they are going to this hotel, what the waterbeds are for, right? Like, we know that they're not supposed to be like, oh no, that's not, I don't think those are sleeping beds.
Okay.
They probably paid extra to have a waterbed in their room.
That hotel was the most classic hotel I've ever seen. Did you see the huge ass TV that was sitting on the dresser?
Yes.
And by huge ass, I mean like 14 inches. But the box to the TV was ginormous. It was a classic hotel room, I thought.
They went racing. Turk's car blew up because, again, they stole the parts. Yes.
Can we backtrack a brief moment? Because this was the part that I remembered the most from this show, is when Kenny Rogers, he confronts Breezy and the kids about sneaking out, and she turns around and walks away and just spends the night walking.
Yeah.
Which got me thinking, how did she get the nickname Breezy? Because I don't think it's not ever addressed.
It's not ever addressed.
Low-key just flake on all her brothers just to go walk
for the first time. The poor girl's just wants to have a life.
And I get that. She wants to be a cheerleader in a nice high school, have a boyfriend, have a life and stuff. And I know it's probably hard for her, but she just...
But she did.
She walked around, and then he drove all night too, looking for her. Which is like, how big is this town? Like, like that had been hours of driving.
And so to me, it felt very out of left field for him to all of a sudden have this paternal role for them, because, like, even though he's like concerned about these kids, of like, oh, like, where were you guys at? Why are you dressed like that? Him going and trying to find her when this has to be like an hour and a half in, where he didn't care. He was dropping them off state lines, just trafficking them out of Texas.
But they were sharing a bucket of chicken in the hotel before he's like, all right, go to bed. I'm going to the bar.
Well, I think it's because I think he cares now, because look at what these kids are doing for him.
Yeah.
They're helping him win. So that's why
reason.
That's why he cares about these kids, is now it's benefiting him.
But they make it look like Brewster is this now paternal figure to these kids, and he's taking them on, and look at him, he's going to find Breezy and give her all this comfort and stuff, when previously he's been an asshole to them. He's been an absolute dick. He left them to go drinking.
Cobie, love will turn you around.
I know, this is such
you around.
Yeah, this is such an 80s movie that we're...
But that's the part I remember the most, is when she finally says, at least you remember my name. That's the only part. I waited the whole movie for that to get there.
Oh my God.
And then they had a nice little chuckle afterwards.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, it was... I even put down, I don't think this is a cute arc, because it's so out of left field, and it's an 80s movie. I have to also remember this, where it was always like, love and friendship is the one thing that'll get you through life, or whatever the meanings of most of these movies have been, besides Commando.
It was love. He loved his daughter, for God's sake.
God, I know, and also the random chick he picked up on along the way. But I don't know. I knew it was going to get there to that point. I didn't think it would be that.
So you didn't feel that was warranted?
No.
Okay.
He was such an asshole to them for so long, and then it was all of a sudden like thrown at you. Like, build it up a little bit.
No, I hear what you're saying. Does not occur to me as a young frequent watcher, but I mean, maybe you're right on that one.
Granted, this is only my first time watching it. When I rewatch, if I if I ever rewatch it. It's probably not.
Well, I have the DVD. You gave it back to me quite quickly when you came through the door, by the way. You're like, here.
I know. Here. Well, I also had it in my bag, and that I've just been throwing all my stuff in, but I've been so busy I haven't been able to clean my room. So it has been sitting in this bag on top of my bed. So I'm like, I hope I am not breaking this DVD if I like one of the dogs jumps up on the bed or something. So I'm trying to make sure that it's getting to a safe person.
Keep it safe. Yeah.
Not me. I'm not going to be the safe person with the DVD.
We'll have to bust that out the next family Christmas.
Oh my God. Let's do it.
Okay, so back to Six Pack. Woo! So Turk gets pissed that the kids are helping Brewster. He turns them into the police. They come and they arrest the kids. He calls Big John or whoever, and they come and get the kids. From there, Brewster impersonates a police officer, Big John, and breaks him out of jail.
Again, I had no recollection of this part of it. Did you remember?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't remember it, and I certainly didn't remember that the thing said Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then it zooms
funny.
in, and it's like a piece of tape over. Ridiculous.
No, I didn't remember that. What I remembered is there's the scene, I think it might be before that, where they're at the waterfall.
Okay.
And that's when they talk about the house.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, we're going there.
Oh, the waterfall comes next? Okay, go ahead.
And they get in the car, and they're going to Tennessee.
And the kids are singing.
And this is where they start singing Rocky Top, Tennessee.
But this is also out of left field, where this kid had to have just been cast because he, like, for this part, because he said a few lines before this. And all of a sudden he starts singing, and he's good at singing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was he had to have only been cast in this film just for this one song.
This is one of my favorite parts of the movie when I was a kid, was them just singing and going to Tennessee, and like he just broke them out of jail. They're becoming a family. And...
Oh my God, I roll. Yeah. I roll. I roll. It's so.
So when they're going to Tennessee, they cross the Tennessee state line, and Tennessee is called the volunteer state. I guess I didn't really know that.
I mean, it's the Tennessee Vols. That's the
What?
The football team is the Tennessee Vols.
I don't know what that means.
I thought it was the Tennessee Titans.
No, that's the professional football team.
Okay, we're going.
College is the. Yep.
Well, it's called a volunteer state because its citizens have a long history of eagerly volunteering for military service, particularly during the War of 1812 and the Mexican-American War. I just had to do a little research on that. So it's when they're in Tennessee that the kids see an ad for this house.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'll go for it.
$68,000.
First off, 5-bedroom house, 2 or 3 bath or something like that. And then they said, first off, I'm not very well versed in a lot of 80s things because I did not grow up in the 80s. They had washer and dryer. They had all the fancy schmancy like appliances that I'm assuming was very hard to have at that time because...
No, we had washers and dryers in the 80s.
Well, I know, but like... you're having all these fancy things that not many people like were still getting, right, at this point? Because like...
You mean buying a furnished type house?
Yes.
Or
like a furnished house, you have... a new washer and dryer. They're talking about how nice this house is. So you're obviously thinking that right now this is and it's outside of Nashville. So right now at this point, it's probably a $1.5 million house.
Minimum. I would assume so.
Minimum. And it's $68,000. I got fucked over being born in the 2000s. I'm 25. I still live with my parents. God, I got screwed over. $70,000 for that house is insane. I'm gonna say
they're
less than my
saving
student loan.
They're saving their money for it, and they're counting their money. Like they want this house.
They were going full cash.
And they tried to set up an appointment, but Lewis again, he called because he had the deep voice, and. They
got you got bad news and real bad news.
Yeah, they wouldn't show it to anybody without an adult. Yeah.
And which, let's sidebar on that. Normally, you can't see a house unless you've already been pre-approved for your loan.
nowadays. I don't know what it was like back then.
Not like an open house, obviously.
Well, I mean, yes, you can walk through anybody's house.
But if there's an open house and you see 6 kids, you're going to be like, where's your parents?
Yeah.
So.
Not... Apparently, the 16-year-old's going to probably lie and say she's 18 and buy the house.
And seduce the current homeowner.
All she got to do is curl her hair and put on a tight sweater, and it works.
And give them cash, apparently, because...
So, the kids are excited. They want this house.
I want that house. What the hell? Like, I wouldn't want to live in Nashville, though.
Yeah. But then there's that scene where they're at the waterfall. Do you remember the waterfall scene?
Where they're sitting there
where
at
they're
the picnic
playing
table?
at the picnic table.
They're
right?
at the picnic table.
Yeah.
But little Harry is sitting alone by the waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
That scene tormented me as a child and continued to torment me right now.
Really?
He's like 7 years old next to a waterfall.
Yes. The whole time I'm like, that kid's
going to fall.
As a child, I kept thinking, that kid's going to fall in that waterfall. That kid is unsupervised by that waterfall. This is where it turns from a comedy to a tragedy. Well, this is where it's going to happen. And even as an adult, I sat there going, that kid doesn't fall. I don't think that kid falls. Well, I don't think he falls, but I don't like it.
It doesn't help at the beginning that they set it up where he can't swim and he is sitting on top of a car. So with him sitting next to a waterfall, terrifying.
I mean, the whole time I'm braced that this is where it takes a turn. And I've seen it 100 times, and I still thought,
wow,
this is where it takes a turn.
Well, and
it's
not
crazy
that,
how your brain is wired like that. I mean, everybody.
You never thought that?
Hell no.
He's
just sitting there throwing shit in the water and
every time. And even when I knew it wasn't going to happen, I still worried it was going to happen.
Well, you also have 5 other kids that are supposed to be watching them on top of, them. They are talking about this house and stuff. And granted, he's 7 years old in the 80s. What else is he supposed to do while they're talking about a house? But nobody even thought to be like, oh, where's he at? He shouldn't be near the water because he can't swim. I agree with you on that one. That one was a little...
Yeah. That one kicked up my anxiety.
The mother bear was popping in real quick.
That was my eldest daughter moment right there.
So, in Tennessee, they do another race, and that's when he gets approached by a guy to be sponsored by Ford for the Atlanta 500. So finally sponsored, Brewster takes his new car to the Atlanta 500, and Lila surprises him there. Again, another bar scene where he walks into the bar, and another lady just... Brewster! And just starts tonguing the crap out of him, and Lila walks in like it's no big deal.
And is like staring at him, and he's like waving at her while he's macking on some other woman.
And then while he introduces them together, he introduces each other to him, and like...
That is...
I mean, but Lila is pretty cool. She was just like, hey, how's it going?
She's like, whatever.
Honestly,
I got my side piece too.
That's very mature of them.
It is.
It's very mature of them to understand that they are not an exclusive couple right now, and that they're okay with just kissing other people, even though she crossed state lines to be with this man.
My God, Cobie's really into the state lines for this movie.
He kidnapped kids. He trafficked them across state lines.
Trafficked them.
It's basically trafficking. It's kidnapping. But traveling that far with someone that you've only seen once a night, here and there throughout these years, haven't seen him in a while, and you're going to go and follow him to his next, race, and it's in another state, and you find him kissing another woman at the bar that you're supposed to meet up with him at.
Did he know they were meeting up?
I thought they knew that they were meeting up.
I don't know.
Because I don't...
Well, according to this, it says Lila surprises him there, so... And this is from Wikipedia. I don't know.
But let's just go back. He wasn't if you're going to go to a bar, knowing that there's a person that you are going to be making out with, knowing you have another woman with you, this man's he's either the biggest whore ever or the dumbest person ever.
He's Kenny Rogers. He's a stud.
He was a stud in this movie, but I'm not going to go up to him and kiss him just because, I made out with him 5-10 years ago.
And that is why you will never work at a honky tonk.
Hell no. Hell no. I've got a boyfriend. No, the other thing was there was a point, I think it was this movie that we were watching where I'm sorry. We also finished The Office, so it could also overlap with The Office thoughts going on here. Where I think it was this movie where he walked up to a woman and just started kissing on her neck.
Yes, that was Erin Gray.
Yeah.
The very first one. He moved her hair and just started kissing her neck. And
That's okay. I had to point this out to my mom, how odd this is, because even if Tyler did that, and I would be so uncomfortable and hit him. I don't, even if I'm at his house, all this stuff, I don't, like, that to me is just so weird to go up to a person and start kissing them and they don't know who is kissing them.
Well, she kind of gave him a little elbow and was like, watch out, cowboy. Yeah. Until she turned around and saw it was Kenny Rogers and she was like, oh, come here.
No. No. I would not, that would not be my first reaction. It would be this, which is punching him in the face and going and kicking him in the throat or like the balls, something. I don't care. You are all up in my space, kissing on my neck at a bar that I'm working at. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. I think it's so...
That's not just you.
So
that's not just you. That just shows how unrealistic this whole thing is. I mean,
we really were trying to make him...
But I'm sure it was a thing back in the 80s at honky tonk. I mean, probably a thing right now, too, where,
yes.
You know, you're just working and, like, you got your regulars. And,
yeah, let's just get sexually assaulted.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it obviously hasn't stopped.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped, obviously. But also, I know the film is to make Kenny Rogers look like this really hot guy who's always wanted by these women and all this stuff. I don't care how hot you are. It's creepy. It is so creepy. I don't care if you are Kenny Rogers in his 40s or however old he was in this film. No, I don't care who you are. It's so gross to me. Like again, 2026 mind.
It is.
Not in 1982, but oh my god.
Okay, so Lila surprises him for the Atlanta 500.
What does he have that all these women want?
He must be really good in bed.
I wasn't going to say it, but
someone had to say it.
I mean, there's nothing else.
There's nothing else.
He's not giving him sparkling conversation, and
you know,
he's not giving him loyalty.
No, there's no commitment. He's got 6 children now. Like these women are going into these like hookups with him, these one night stands with him, knowing that he's just some guy that travels through.
He's just passing through.
We'll see you again next year. All of a sudden he comes up with 6 kids and they're like, shit, you have been busy. Damn. No, I don't know. Just
I love it when Cobie has thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts on a lot of
I
things.
know.
Okay.
It's a unique perspective to us to hear it from your your view.
These films are made mainly for entertainment. There's
100%.
Of course.
Yeah,
there's
no other way.
Plot,
it's not educational or anything.
If you look at it too hard, the whole thing falls apart.
Oh, you can't.
It's falling apart in front of my eyes.
Yes, don't look at it like that. Just be like, what's Kenny going to sing next? That's all you need to know.
And Kenny only sang the 1 or 2 songs that he sang in the film.
You're just hanging out in between, waiting for that next song.
You know, I'm here for entertaining films, but granted, this for me is to like show you guys like how cool an educational film could be and like different aspects. You know, like the last film we watched of mine where you can see like Raiders of the Lost Ark, it was influenced by this.
Yes.
Pulp Fiction, all this, like Interstellar we're going to watch for my next one. But then we go into the entertainment parts and I can't flip my brain off.
Okay, so now we're back at the Atlanta 500. Lila surprises him there. However, Turk and some men jump him, beating him up and dumping him in the woods because they don't want him to go to this race. They're like, no.
It was a nice little action scene, though. It did get to show him off a little bit of... there seemed to be some stunt work that he was not involved in. No. There were some cuts where I was like, that was definitely not Kenny getting thrown. No. But I appreciate that they showcased that for him.
A little action, yes.
I will say this next scene, though, is really funny to me where these smokers are going...
Well, first he gets out of the woods and he gets in the back of the pickup truck with the dog.
Oh.
And the dog is licking his face, and it's the dog montage with like...
The dog montage. No, that's after he gets left at the auto store.
Yeah.
Where he was telling,
yes.
but
okay.
But I did love that dog montage.
The dog
remember
montage was fun.
Yes.
I remember that.
I thought it was a dog montage, and then he jumps into a car with hippies.
No.
So, yes.
He jumps into the car with hippies who are high as balls.
Yes.
Driving in a convertible down the
Convertible
down this
Bug, a Volkswagen Bug.
Down this forest highway.
Well, so he comes and he hitches a ride with a couple of pot-smoking hippies, and they're driving on the interstate to Atlanta, and there were only 8 cars on the interstate in Atlanta. I wanted to point out. I'm like,
I did not look at that. No.
Well, me, as a person that has anxiety driving, I'm like, there are only 8 cars on this interstate.
I mean, you think that was closed down for shooting and was not...
I would assume it was closed down for shooting, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, so what was the population back in 1982 in Atlanta?
Yeah, what's the population?
In 1982, the population of Atlanta was around 425,000, with the metropolitan area estimated to be about 1.72 million. Now, as of mid-2024, the population is estimated to be about 520,000, with the metropolitan area to be over 6.4 million people.
Whoa. Atlanta's huge.
That blew up.
So they're at the Atlanta race. They're racing. And then during a pit stop, Brewster discovers that the Texas sheriff has come back and taken the kids. So instead of him hitting the racetrack, he leaves the pit box, cuts off Turk, who wrecks into the wall and chases down the Texas sheriff as he tries to get the kids away. And then using the media presence, he manages to get the kids away from the sheriff and gets the sheriff to admit that the kids are in good hands. Brewster and Lila marry, adopt the kids, and then move into the house that they were looking at.
Okay, there was one point. I wrote this down because I thought the comment was so funny, and then I didn't. Granted, you had to rewind the video back, and I was not going to do it, but one of the kids was like, oh yeah, he had gone to shake something off his willy, is what one of the kids said.
Shake the dew off the lily.
Oh, the lily.
He was shaking the
willy.
No, he was shaking the dew off of his lily.
And I was like, is that a way of saying he had to pee?
Yes, that is a way of saying he had to pee.
Because I was sitting there and I'm like, that made no sense at all.
Does it make more sense if I say what it truly was?
No.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, he's shaking something all off his willy. I was like, is that to pee? No. Yeah, it was.
Well,
but
yeah,
I had the thing wrong.
No.
And this was also the point where I said this movie feels super long, and then it had only 15 more minutes left.
Okay. Well, at one point during the racing, as the racing's going on before the whole ending thing, I had to rewind because there was a baby in the stands. Like an actual woman holding a little baby.
I saw that without headphones on. I noticed no headphones.
No headphones.
Yeah,
nope,
I
just
saw
a baby
too.
sitting on her lap as these cars are flying by.
That was normal, though. Not many people know how.
It is.
Knew back then that being in those stands can really damage your ears. Like,
yes.
When
that kid can't hear anything now.
Oh no, absolutely.
They're watching movies with subtitles like Carrie and I are.
Well, we had to wear headphones when we went to the drag strip. So whenever Dad, granted, I was like 3 or 4 at the time, but I remember even up until we stopped going to Cordova that I always had to have headphones, because when you're in those stands, which not many stands at Cordova, have you guys been up there?
No.
Okay. They're just bleachers. They're like regular football, like school bleachers like you see at Girard, and there's not much seating there, so you're really close to the drag strip, right next to where they are like taking off and accelerating and leaving, and it is insanely loud there even with headphones on. So for a baby to be there not crying,
nope,
that would have been terrible.
So the end of this movie features real race footage from the 1982 NASCAR Coca-Cola 500, which was held at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh.
The race again. So the winner of this race was Darrell Waltrip, taking home $24,730. Total prize money for that race was $203,745, and the average ticket price was likely in the single-digit or low-digit dollar range, with some older sources mentioning ticket prices between $10 and $20. Now, NASCAR still has the Coca-Cola, but it's the 600 race that happens annually at Charlotte Motor Speedway during Memorial Day weekend. It is the longest race on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, honoring fallen soldiers and featuring a day-to-night transition unique to the event. It's a major event, often selling out, and continues to be a crown jewel of NASCAR with the average ticket price of $141 and the winning prize money of $1.1 to $1.4 million, with total prize money of over $13.6 million.
Well, I had to look up how long a NASCAR race was. Even though Papa always used to watch NASCAR all the time, I'm not sitting there for 5 hours watching this. So I didn't know how long a NASCAR race was, so I had to look it up because I was like, what if he does have to shake the dew off his lily? What if he has to? I was sitting there, and me being me, I asked, I'm like, why? What do they do if they have to pee? Do they just pee in a cup for 5? They're there for 5 hours just doing this. There's no break. NASCAR drivers, they obviously don't stop. They try to hydrate beforehand because it's usually hot in there. Of course. Most of them admit to just peeing in their suits because
they have a condom catheter.
Yeah, or a condom catheter is what some people use. But most of them say they just pee their suits because they're sweating anyway. So when they get out, they're just
all wet. Nobody can tell.
And nobody can tell what's what. I would
smell it.
Oh yeah, you'd smell it probably.
But then stinky sweats. I mean, it would all come together, I guess.
Put on. They have male urinal guards that you can, the poise pads, except for men.
They said that they don't do diapers because fire. Fire.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give them
fire. That. That's just what Google said, but Google could be wrong. But I mean, if I was a driver, I would probably pee beforehand and then put a catheter, do that kind of thing. Pee in a Mountain Dew bottle or something stupid like that.
I'm sorry. I would be like, sorry guys, we're gonna have to pause this for a second so I can go to the bathroom.
I'm not driving. I'd be like, I got anxiety. I can't drive. Period.
Carrie can only. Once it hits that 9th car on the track, Carrie's out. Eight's her max.
Eight's her max.
I'm out.
Okay. So
right.
That's our highlights.
That's what I have for 6-pack. Anybody else have anything to add to that?
What were your closing thoughts? Any closing thoughts on the whole thing? Was it as great as you remember?
You
can say it. You can say it.
It was not as great as I remember.
Okay.
But I still had fun watching it. I mean, Kenny Rogers, I'm sorry, good looking man. He wasn't that best of an actor. There was a lot of scenes where he's just standing in the bar looking around and it's just the music. And I'm like, and I don't know. It was just...
You did not find them to be the bangers that Cobie did?
No, I'm not a country... I'm not a country music kind of gal, but let me tell you, love will turn you around, though.
Okay. I would agree. Not as good as I remembered it being. I have a new appreciation for Kenny Rogers. I never understood why Mom found him so attractive.
True.
This time I was like, okay, Kenny can get it. I see it.
He is a ladies' man.
I mean, well, Kenny in this movie. Not
Kenny now.
Well, I mean,
he's no longer with us.
He's dead now.
I know that.
Kenny
now can't get anything.
No. But yeah,
it was fun.
It was nostalgic.
It was very fun to revisit it. Again, I thought of Mom. I thought of us watching it as a family. And we watched it all the time.
Could repeat those lines, man.
All the time we watched
Yes. Cobie, your closing thoughts on 6-pack?
My one last thought that I wrote down after the movie was no wonder why this movie was on DVD and not streaming.
They could throw it on Tubi or something. Come on.
They could. It wasn't the absolute worst. I am okay with Kenny Rogers. He is obviously a great country singer. I don't think of him as a great actor. I think this was also not the best thing, like, plot-wise I've seen. Alabama was playing, though, in the background, and I enjoyed it. Anthony Michael Hall was in it. Diane Lane. It was a good cast of people. Never would watch this again either. I don't think it's one of those where I'm gonna be like, oh, I want to go watch Six Pack. It's gonna be oh yeah, I watched that movie. Oh my goodness. How can I get that one scene of the 16-year-old and the 40-year-old in the trailer together out of my head? But I don't know. It wasn't too bad, but there's definitely a lot of other films that I'd rather watch before I'd watch this one.
Okay.
A lot.
Interesting.
A lot. I'm gonna put this on my Letterboxd reviews too. And
so the next pick, best little whorehouse in Texas.
I said that.
or Rhinestone.
Oh, Rhinestone.
Rhinestone.
Oh, Cobie. You're going to find that to be the worst thing you've ever seen.
If it can beat Commando, it is the worst thing I've ever seen then.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Sylvester Stallone, country singer. That's it.
You had me at Sylvester Stallone. You lost me at country singer.
Oh, yeah.
With Dolly Parton.
Ooh, but I love Dolly.
Well, then you need to watch Rhinestone.
Well, we should do that one next then. I love Dolly Parton.
No,
I'm going to give you a palate cleanser. I'm going to palate cleanse you after Six Pack because I'm up next.
Yep.
So my next one is going to be Tootsie.
Oh, I've heard a lot about this one.
Have you heard? What have you heard?
My mom recommended me to watch it, and it was a very interesting movie. That's about it. All I've really heard. This one isn't the one with Bill? No, I'm thinking of Porky's. Am I?
I don't know.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's in Tootsie.
This is the one I'm thinking of then.
Yes, Bill Murray is in Tootsie.
So here's the story with. So Tootsie was a movie that we had. I have never watched it from start to finish. I have seen bits and pieces. Christie loved the movie. She would watch this all the time.
I'd watch Tootsie. Well, I'm going to watch Tootsie right now, but I'm going to tell you, I've seen it within the last 2 years.
I have, yeah, and obviously I'm going to put myself down as never seeing it. Like I said, I didn't know Bill Murray was in it. Is Gina Davis in it?
No,
or who am I?
Terry Garr.
Okay, so again,
Terry Garr.
Yeah, I knew
Dustin
Bill Murray was in
Hoffman.
it.
I know
Bill
the
Murray.
concept behind it.
Ooh, Dustin Hoffman's in this.
Dustin Hoffman is Tootsie.
So, this was a movie we had, and it never really appealed to me for some reason. I know, like I said, it was one of her favorites. She would watch
Sidney
this
Pollack.
one all the time.
Dabney Coleman.
And
so excited about this one.
My mom recommend it to me, so I'm sure she's going to watch it with me.
Yes.
We did not get, though, our one 80s movie with boobs that are out. I will say that.
Oh, yeah, there were no boobs.
There were no boobs. But we were very close to seeing a lot of other stuff, though.
You nearly saw Kenny's boobs with that low unbuttoned shirt.
Thank you for joining us on Real Family Podcast. Stay tuned next week. We will be going over and reviewing Tootsie.
If you'd like to send us any requests or comments, nice ones only, please. Our email is realfamilypodcast@gmail.com, and the real is REEL.
Don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. We're as Real Family Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere really you find your podcasts. We have them all. So, yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.